When you wrote about Geno Smith that he's not fit to run a Pop Warner team, which I agree 100%. Does he know who you are? You go in the locker room today and you see him. Is he aware or no?
I think he's fully aware. We've known each other for 4 years now. So
right. At
yeah,
his,
I
will
think
he?
He's fully aware.
Will he roll with that? Does he give you a hard time about it? What's the deal?
Well, I don't know. Guys react in different ways. You know, some are professional about it. Some want to talk to you privately to get your take on why you had a particular stance, and some guys just don't want to have anything to do with you. So it really depends on the person.
You know, it's kind of interesting, Manish, because back when I played, if this would have been the case, a guy covering the team and having the opinions, I wouldn't even give you the time of day, to be honest with you. And I understand why you're writing what you're writing, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate your honesty, and I know how the sports editors at your newspaper and everything else want you guys to be forthcoming. They want you to be opinionated. That's what sells papers, and that's why we have you on here with us this morning. But I just think the dynamic between the player that you cover every single day and then to have the opinions attached to that dynamic really create a very combustible situation. You know, have you ever been, like, threatened, or has anybody ever come after you, like, physically? Have you ever worried about yourself?
I have never been touched by a player, I can tell you that. Have I been threatened? Yeah, I have been, actually, fairly recently. But
who threatened you?
I don't want to get into who it was.
Was it like, hey, I'm going to kick your ass, or was
No,
it?
nothing to that extent. But hey, look, we're all big boys. We're grown men, or at least we're supposed to be grown men. There are some people who don't meet those qualifications in any locker room, including the Jets locker room. But that's just the way it goes. If you can't take criticism, then you probably shouldn't be a professional athlete. And Boomer, you know this. I'm sure you were ripped many, many times over the course of your career for whatever reason.
Well, thank you, Manish, for bringing that up. I appreciate that.
No, I think everybody. I mean,
well, here I'll give you an example. Like, me and Mark Cannizzaro, I consider him. I don't know. I would consider Mark a friend, much like I would consider Rich Cimini a friend now that they don't cover me. But I do see them around, and they need a quote or something. I'll give it to them, of course, if I can. And the interesting thing, I did have an issue with Mark, because Mark used to actually do the old report card on Tuesday after the game, right? So this guy gets it. Now you guys are doing it on your Twitter accounts right as the game just ends, so we can get instant updates if we needed it. But I remember, going to Mark and say, how can you cover me every single day and then give me an F on Tuesday and expect me on Wednesday to give you all the answers you're looking for about the next game we're playing? I mean, it's just it's a really weird dynamic, and I have to believe that even you guys know that you're like swimming in shark-infested waters at times like this, especially when a team's 1-5.
Well, I think if you're fair about it, then the smarter players, and typically that's the older players, it's just the way it is, understand. I don't think if you give somebody an F, for example, for their play on Sunday, that it's personal. If you didn't play well, you didn't play well. I don't think a player needs to see a grade from a reporter to know that they didn't have a good day.